I think we need more thinking.
It's another rematch of the 2023 NBA Finals with Nuggets versus Heat. Who won? Let's find out. You're listening to CS 105.1, where I talk about the Nuggets with good vibes. Let's get it.
Let's try to get healthy. Let's stay together. And if we can do that, we put ourselves in a good situation.
How's it going, everyone, and welcome. I'm CS Chandler here for another take of Nuggets basketball. Well, this time I will actually have a take on Nuggets basketball because guess what? I saw the game. Let's go. I got access to the game tonight. A lot better when you're not facing a California team. Luckily, I'm hoping that on Friday the Nuggets will be facing the Warriors in Denver, and that's for a cup game, and it's also on Prime. And I think because it's on Prime, it's not going to be prioritized towards the NBC Bay Sports or whatever. So I have a good feeling I'll be able to watch that. My next big hurdle will be the Kings game in Sacramento. So, and I think that's next week. So I still have some rough waters ahead of me, but I'm really glad that I got to see this game, especially this game. Finally, I got that sweet taste out of my mouth of that freaking Trailblazers loss. This was the game to watch for sure. This was a crazy game, a lot of sloppiness on both sides, and definitely some good things, some bad things, but we're going to get into it. So once again, this was the Nuggets versus Heat for the first time this season, but the 11th time in Ball Arena since the Nuggets have been on their little winning streak against the Heat. So before this game started, Cam and Jamal were both listed on the probable list for their injuries, and they both played tonight. One note I'd like to say about that is that it's kind of worrying me. I know that we're getting by with some good playing here and there, but it is worrying me with Jamal. He has that calf tightness, and if you remember last season, Aaron Gordon had calf tightness. He had an amazing season coming in to the season. He was really hot and hitting really good numbers, stats, and everything. And then he got that calf tightness, and then he was out for like 30 games, and it really sucked. And then it stayed with him. It stayed with him all the way into the playoffs until his hamstring started to blow out. And so I don't want that to happen to Jamal. I would love to see David Adelman rest Jamal on a couple of these games, especially like someone like the Pacers. You could definitely rest him on the Pacers. The Pacers are such a beaten up team. They have struggled to get a win. They actually just got their asses handed to them by the Nets nonetheless. The Nets got their first win of the season. And so I don't think you need to play Jamal on Saturday against the Pacers. Same thing also, Cam Johnson, we're going to get into him, but if he is not showing productivity, then maybe think about also resting him for a little bit. If that shoulder is bothering him too much, you can't risk it. These injuries over 82 games only get worse when you're trying to play past them. So I would like to see both of them at least miss a game to kind of battle back. That's the point of getting that deep, that depth within the bench, getting that deep team, is so that you can rest your starters when you need to and play other guys. Hopefully, these other guys who haven't really been getting minutes lately are still up for the task, because when we saw them last, Pickett, he played some decent ball. I think it was against the Suns. He got some good minutes against the Suns. Strother played, I guess, against the Kings and got some good minutes. So there is still hope that we have some nice deep bench minutes ahead of us. So why not just rest them this early? And if we get a loss, it sucks to get a loss, but it'd be better to get the loss now and then play better at the ending stretch rather than trying to battle for the 1 seed right now. I don't think we're going to get the 1 seed. If we got the 1 seed, it wouldn't be until like March. So rest the guys now and then play better later. Obviously, you would want to play Jamal against Golden State, but Pacers is a great game to rest him. So nonetheless, he played tonight. Cam played tonight. The Nuggets started Jokic, Jamal, AG, Cam Johnson, and CB. They were in their white jerseys. The Heat were in their black jerseys, and the Nuggets got the W. Let's go, Nuggets. Big win, 122 blowout to 112. Let's go, Nuggets. And this was a good win. For most of the season so far, I know it's only been 7 games, but we've only had one good win, and that was against the Timberwolves. The rest of these other wins have been against bad, beat-up teams. Now we've gotten another good win. The Heat are actually a good team. They have the second best defense in the league right now. And so they are a fast-paced team. To see them get the win in Denver says a lot. They also crushed a lot of the California teams on their little road trip here. So they were on a hot streak. We ended that streak. And of course we did, because we have their number. We've had it ever since the finals, and I think before then. So what happened in this game? Let's dive in. So first quarter, the Heat actually control the tip, and immediately Norman Powell sinks a 3 for the first bucket of the game. He has some kind of vendetta against the Nuggets. I think it definitely extends from his time in the Clippers, and he definitely, for some reason, he's one of those guys that reminds me that there is no beef, but he's trying so hard to create beef, and in doing that, he actually does create beef, and now I hate him. I hate him just for the way he looks and the way he acts around Nuggets players and fans and everything. Like, there is no reason to be that aggressive. And like, no one is saying anything bad against you, but now that you're coming at us, now we have stuff to get mad at you about. Like, we weren't mad before. Now you gave us just a reason to be mad. So, but he knocks down the first bucket of the game. AG then muscles up a layup to get the Nuggets on the board, and then Jokic drains a 3 to tie the game until Powell drains another 3. Nuggets perimeter defense has got to be better. It's not looking that good right now. We've seen it in several games before this. We've seen it in the majority of last season was bad perimeter defense. Now we're seeing it once again, and it's really kind of frustrating. You see a lot of these other teams really controlling the perimeter. Nuggets aren't able to do that. They're able to control the paint. That is one thing that they're able to do, control the paint. But especially with someone like Norman Powell, you gotta, get up and pressure him a little bit more. He does tend to flop. He has got that Harden part of him that, with playing with James Harden for so long, he's got a little bit that built into him now. That's the improvement that he made over, the previous season before last season and then last season. Like, he jumped up, and that was because he played a lot with Harden, got to the line a lot more, got the fouls that he wasn't getting before. Like, he's taken notes from Harden. So he flops, but you still got to pressure him. If you leave him open, he's going to drain a 3. And that's what happened here. So Cam then gets fouled and goes to the line to make 1 of 2 tie the game again. AG drives to the rim and gets the Nuggets their first lead. And then Cam fouls Powell beyond the arc. Consistent for him right now. Very consistent. And also, again, I'm going to get sick of saying that. I'm already sick of saying this. I've been saying it ever since last season. I hate when they foul jump shooters. Luckily, the ball didn't go in, but still, like, you fouled them beyond the arc. Stop fouling people beyond the arc. Pressure him, yes, but give him some landing space. Don't touch his hand. Don't do the high five hand thing. Especially now, they're cracking down on that. You got to give a little bit of space where you need it. Don't go forward. Go straight up. And for some reason, Cam is biting into it. And so he fouls him in the arc. Of course, Norman Powell knocks down all 3 free throws, gets him to 9 points early on in the first quarter. 9 points already. Jokic then gets a no-call rebounding for the ball. He was clearly pushed, and yet there was no refs to call it. He gets the ball out of bounds, leading to Denver to call the first timeout of the game. And then out of the timeout, Hardaway gets subbed in for Murray as Powell gets fouled by CB. I'm telling you, he has learned how to bait these fouls just like Harden does. Heat then challenge a foul call on Bam Adebayo against AG. Changed to another player, so it was successful, but Nuggets still retained the ball. AG went to the line for free throws, makes both of them. And then Heat come back with 5 straight points to extend the lead to 7. Nuggets sub in Brucey B and PWat for AG and Cam to get some kind of momentum shift towards the end of the first. And Brucey B pressuring Jokic leads to a Heat turnover. It was phenomenal to see. Like, that's how you do it. I love that part about Brucey B. He definitely knows how to kind of get up and apply that pressure where it's needed. It's very similar to Brody in that, and then great energy from Brucey B off the bench already. And then Jokic checks out and Big Val comes in at the 142 mark. And Tim Hardaway Jr. off an assist from PWat, who gets the offensive rebound, knocks down a 3 to get the Nuggets a 2-point lead. But that's not the best play of the first quarter. The best play is this. Big Val misses a second shot, chance shot. The Heat rebound the shot. Tim Hardaway steals the ball with seconds left, gets the buzzer beater 3 to go in and get the Nuggets the win for the first quarter. Nuggets win 36-33. Amazing minutes from Tim Hardaway Jr. I am loving his productivity on the team right now. Second quarter, the Nuggets start the quarter off with a lineup of Tim Hardaway Jr., PWat, Murray, Big Val, Brucey B, as the Nuggets get a foul with Big Val getting shoved out of bounds. Leads to several more chances for the Nuggets off several more rebounds. Finally, Big Val gets fouled again and goes to the line to make both free throws for the first buckets of the game. Followed by another 3 from Tim Hardaway Jr., once again to give him 11 points in the second quarter already. He had a monster game tonight. It was really great to see him ball out tonight. Heat then put on a full court pressure and causes Nuggets to turn over leads to more fouls, and Heat go on a 9-0 run to gain the lead by 1. Bam heads back to the locker room and is ruled out for the rest of the game. Apparently some kind of foot injury, so he did not come back. In doing that, the Heat were already playing small. Now Bam Adebayo goes out. They play even smaller, and yet they didn't really seem very phased. They were still within striking distance for the majority of the game. Jokic drains a 3 to extend the lead to 2, and then Jokic and AG checks back in at the 7:50 mark, and Jokic to AG for a bunny hop, gets the 2 buckets, or gets the 2 points, plus gets fouled for the and 1 and the lead. Jokic then floats the ball in to get Nuggets first to 50. Jamal then steals the ball back on the inbound pass, slings it to AG, who gets fouled and goes to the line to make 1 of 2. That was a great play by Jamal. That's kind of what I wish the Nuggets would do more often, is stay focused. Even after they're inbounding the ball, stay focused. Maybe you can steal the ball and get another extra possession. If nothing else, you've cut down the clock a little bit more. You've eaten up the clock. Even if you don't make a bucket, you've eaten up that clock. And if you have a lead, that's very helpful. And if you don't, then it allows you to at least, kind of attack things a little bit more and try to see where the holes are in their defense there. So he gets the steal. AG gets to the line again for a couple of buckets. And then Jokic gets picked on a pass, which leads to a fast break by the Heat. In that fast pass break, pass the ball. CB intercepts it, and then off a rebound, CB muscles up a bucket, gets fouled, plus or goes to the line for the and 1, makes it. Like, CB had a decent game tonight. I was really hoping that he would have a triple-double. He was so close. Then we saw an alley-oop from Jokic to AG to extend the lead to 4. Awesome stuff. It almost makes it feel like the game is complete when we get alley-oop from those two. and we got that tonight. It was amazing to see. So then finally Cam knocks down a three. Like, I don't know how long we've been waiting. Finally, he knocks down the three ball. I'm sure even in his mind, he's thinking, finally got it to go in. So he knocks down the three. CB with a rebound, long passes it to Yoke for the second Yoke jam of the night. Yes, we got a Yoke jam in the first quarter. I didn't mention it, but we did get a Yoke jam in the first quarter. Then we got a second one in the second quarter. Awesome stuff. So Nuggets win the second, 32-27. Nuggets go on top into the half, 68-60. Third quarter, Nuggets start off the quarter with the starters, obviously. Jokic to AG for a layup, gets the first bucket of the quarter, plus the foul, goes to the line, obviously, makes the bucket. Awesome, great start to this quarter, and they crushed the Heat in this quarter for sure. CB to Cam knocks down his second three of the game. He knocked down 2 threes. He made 5 attempts, but knocked down 2 of them. That's awesome. CB then disrupts Norman Powell, causes the turnover, leading to a fast break CB layup. Like, I was loving how CB was pressing up against Powell there, because that was really annoying. And then he go on a run to cut the lead from like 14 down to 5 until Jamal knocks down a big three to extend it back to 8. And that three was very needed, not just for the team, but for Jamal, because he has been in a little slump lately. Then AG, for a putback, extends that lead to 10. With an offensive rebound, Jokic gets his 169th career triple-double. That's right, he got another triple-double tonight. He ended the night on a 33-15-16 stat line with 3 steals and 66% from field. Like, this guy, Yoke, man, we are seeing greatness. Like, appreciate it. I know the haters are going to hate, and they got their players they're going to glaze up. But Jokic, man, he plays it right, and it's frustrating to a lot of us to see him getting fouled up and down the court with nothing to result in him having to try to flop to get these calls. But when he plays right, it is so fun to watch. I love seeing it. And so he gets another triple-double, adds it to the list, and then Jokic convinced the coaches, the Nuggets coaches, to take a challenge on an out-of-bounds call that they had ruled in favor of the Heat. The coaches take it, and it's successful. It was off of Jaquez. And so they get the ball back. Doesn't really matter, because immediately when they get it back, PWat loses the ball, turns it over to the Heat. Not very fun to watch that stuff, but, it happens. CB then assists Jokic, nails down another three. Then Yoke rebounds the ball, leads to a no-look outlet pass to Tim Hardaway Jr. for a layup in transition, followed by PWat with a major block. Unfortunately, that block doesn't lead to any, converted points, but still, to get that block. He had another block later on, too. He turned into a little bit of Swatson, which is exactly what we've needed. I always say this. I love when he shoots and he knocks down shots, but to me, the biggest help that PWat can be is in the defense, getting the blocks, being that pest, the Rudy Gobert or the Jaden McDaniels of the Nuggets, even a little bit of Wemby, blocking these shots is what we need, and PWat does it best. He is our best rim defender. And case in point right here. Jokic then gets fouled, goes to the line, makes both free throws to get the Nuggets first to 100. And the Nuggets win the third, 36-33. Fourth quarter starts. The Nuggets start off the lineup with Jamal, Big Val, Brucey B, Tim Hardaway Jr., Peyton Watson, as the Heat bury a three right out of the gate, the first bucket of the quarter. Brucey B then answers back with a three himself to get the Nuggets on the board. Then the Nuggets just start to get in a little bit of a lull. They start standing around, and the Heat go on a little run, cut the lead to 10. And then Yoke checks back in at the 6:55 mark as actually both Yoke and AG get back in, and it leads to back-to-back buckets and the lead back to 12. Powell, however, answers back with another three because, of course, it's normal Powell. You got to find a way to turn off that leak from him. And CB was doing pretty well at that. So he actually disrupts Powell, leads to a backcourt violation with 24 seconds left on the clock. The Nuggets dribble it out with their possession, and the Heat win the fourth quarter 26-21. But the Nuggets take the W over the game, beat the Heat for the 11th time in Ball Arena. Again, final score 122-112. Let's go Nuggets. So then let's get into the stats here. The stats, Cam Johnson played 23 minutes tonight. He had 9 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. He was 3 for 10 from field, 2 for 5 from 3, 1 for 2 from free throw. He had 0 turnovers, 3 personal fouls, was a +8. Aaron Gordon played 30 minutes tonight. He was our second best Nugget tonight for sure. He had 24 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. He was 9 for 16 in field, 1 for 5 and 3, 5 for 6 from free throw, 3 turnovers, 1 personal foul. He was a +8 as well. Our man Jokic played 36 minutes tonight, a little bit more minutes than I think they wanted him to play, but big team here, so gotta let him play the extra minutes. And I'm glad they did, because in that he got again 33 points, 15 rebounds, 16 assists, 3 steals, 12 for 18 from field, 2 for 5 from 3, 7 for 8 from free throws. He had 3 turnovers, 1 personal foul, was a +18. Christian Brown then playing 35 minutes tonight. He had 11 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. This is why I was hoping that he was going to have a triple-double, even if it was a low triple-double. He was very close. He was on triple-double watch for a little bit there, and it was kind of sad that he didn't get it. But he also had 2 steals, 1 block. He was 5 for 14 from field, 0 for 3 from 3, 1 for 1 in free throws. He had 0 turnovers, 2 personal fouls. He was a +14, the biggest plus, or the second biggest plus. Jokic was the biggest one with 18. Jamal Murray, Blue Arrow, played 33 minutes tonight, 14 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. He had 4 for 15 from field, 1 for 8 from 3, 5 for 5 from free throws, 2 turnovers, 2 personal fouls. He was a +6. Now, with Jamal Murray, I know a lot of people are going to be, putting some hate out there, some concerns. I see that. I feel it. But we've got to understand this guy has a calf tightness. And when you're playing with a calf tightness, that stuff does not go away. And that's why I say they need to rest him. If not for just one game right now, rest him with the Pacers, because this is not good. He was playing phenomenal. He was putting up his best stats starting in the year, making 30+ points, going for major numbers there. And now he's bound to kind of the same numbers he was this time of year last year. So that's not really, I think, the direction that they should be going in. They need to rest him so that he maintains his health for especially in the later of the season. So I don't fault him for 14 points. He was also really needed a lot on the defense end. He always finds a way to find impact, and that's what makes Jamal Murray great. A lot of people can focus on the points. It's not all about the points. It's all about it's also about how you impact the game. And so right now, I am definitely seeing Jamal Murray impacting the game in the defensive end. And then we have Tim Hardaway Jr. This is the only real big stat I wanted to say. Well, actually, the second big stat I want to say from the bench. So he made 24 points tonight. Or sorry, he played 24 minutes tonight, made 18 points, 3 rebounds. He was 7 for 12 from field, 4 for 9 from threes. He had 1 turnover, 2 personal fouls, was a -1. And then Peyton Watson, only 2 points in 17 minutes off the bench, but he had 10 rebounds. This is a career high for Peyton Watson. That's awesome. I love seeing the Nuggets find career highs for themselves. So here we have a career high in rebounds for Peyton Watson, and then he also had 3 assists and 2 blocks. He was 0 for 4 in field goals. He had 0 for 1 in threes, and his only points came from free throws. That's going to happen sometimes, especially for the younger guys. You got to find a way to find the impact, and Peyton Watson definitely found the impact on the rebounds. The best thing about this is that he was doing the offensive rebounds, something that I am constantly getting upset at the Nuggets for not doing. He was finally doing that, and I love that. That's the effort that we need to have with the Nuggets right now. Like, there's continue. The play doesn't stop when you put up the ball. You got to find a way to get the ball, even if it doesn't go in, get the rebound again, get the offensive rebound again, get a second chance. Peyton Watson was doing that tonight, so that's awesome. And so then the overall stats. So we had 61 rebounds tonight. That is phenomenal. 61 rebounds to their 38. We had 33 assists to their 28. We had 10 steals to their 13. We had 4 blocks to their 4. And then we shot 42% from field. They shot 44%. We shot 27% from 3. They shot 34%. We shot 89% from free throws. They shot 88%. So pretty identical almost there. We had 16 turnovers. They had 14. We had 16 personal fouls. They had 20. So a little bit more turnovers than the last game, but still definitely lower than that 31 turnover game against the Raptors in the preseason. That was crazy. I don't ever want to see that again. So I'm glad they got at least below 20. That's, still want to keep it down lower than that. That's not great. There were a lot of sloppy plays and a lot of sloppy turnovers that shouldn't have happened, but still, they got it done. So this is my big takeaway here from this, is that the Nuggets got the win, but there were still a lot of sloppy plays, and the Nuggets need to find a way to deal with the full court pressure. However, the big thing I want to advocate for is for Adelman to bench Cam Johnson. He has had 7 games to try to settle in, and he doesn't show signs of a lot of improvement right now. I'm not saying that you don't play Cam Johnson. I'm just saying maybe you bench him for a game or two. He has had a lot of time and he's not showing that improvement. Meanwhile, Tim Hardaway Jr. is on fire every game. I would like to see Adelman bench Cam and start Tim Hardaway Jr. If nothing else, then again, for at least one game. Tonight, these two played the same amount of minutes, and yet Tim Hardaway Jr. had 18 points while Cam Johnson had 9. Cam's main job was to knock down the 3 ball, and yet that's what Tim Hardaway Jr. has been doing. Coach, please start Tim Hardaway Jr. for a game and bench Cam. It's not disrespectful to Cam. He should understand it's for the team. I'm not saying don't play Cam. I'm just saying let him come off the bench for a game. It won't hurt to try it, please. That's my biggest take and my biggest plead. Just gotta bench him for at least a game. Let Tim Hardaway Jr. start. I think that would it'd be nice to at least just see how it feels, how it works out. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, and we go back to the original setup. I also wanted to say that before this game started, I watched a little bit of the Nets versus Pacers game tonight, and I saw maybe out of curiosity, I wanted to see how our former third best player MPJ was doing in his new role with the Nets, because I hadn't seen him before, and I know I've been seeing that he's been putting up some really big numbers lately, and I saw him full court sprinting down the court. Like, what the hell? As soon as I saw that, I was baffled. Like, I don't remember the last time I've seen him sprint down anywhere. He's always kind of been meandering on the court. Like, where was that effort when he was on the Nuggets? If we had that effort, there would definitely have been a better shot of making the finals this last season than we had. He was completely a dud, and now all of a sudden he is playing like he's an all-star. I don't understand the why you wouldn't just do the fundamentals of basketball. The simplest part. Okay, yeah, you can't knock it down a shot a couple of games or whatever. Okay, that's fine, whatever. It sucks, but it is what it is. Maybe you can't really defend well. Okay, it is what it is. The biggest fundamentals, the basic fundamentals is being able to sprint down the freaking court. And he was doing that. He's been doing that on the Nets. Like, okay, you felt a little bit held back by Jokic and Jamal. Were they holding it back from sprinting down the court and getting to your position? No, they weren't. They weren't. Like, seeing that, like, really triggered me. Like, I was so upset with him. I'm kind of glad now that he's off the team. Like, he was slugging along for no reason at all. He was totally fine, and he could have been sprinting down the court last season, but he chose not to. Like, you deserve to be traded at that point. And at that point too, like, it makes me happier to have Cam Johnson on the team because he actually wants to be on the team. He has not shown, any lack of effort, despite all of what I'm saying with him not being able to knock down shots. He has had the effort. He has shown effort. It might end up in a bad foul now and then, but at least he is showing effort, and that's what I love to see. MPJ didn't really show effort last season. I mean, the time that he tried to show effort was when he gave up the ball and then dove for it and then injured his shoulder. Had he had not given up the ball, you wouldn't have been hurt diving on the floor for the ball. I mean, that really irked me, but, it is what it is. The Nets got, again, their first win against the Pacers, so it worked for them tonight, so that's crazy. But that's pretty much I got for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back again on the Friday against the Warriors, which I pretty sure I will be able to watch. I do have Prime, so I should be able to watch that one, and I'll be back with the take. And I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe. Share it out to your friends and family. And if you feel gracious enough to give me a little donation to keep this thing going, the link is in the description as well as in the bio of the page here. And appreciate all and anything that comes my way. And if you want to have a comment for me to read or a take of yourself that you want, I'll definitely read it. Also, let me know in the comments what you think of tonight's game and how the trajectory of the Nuggets are going. Do you think that they need a bench Cam? I kind of do think. But you've been listening to CS 105.1, where I talk about the Nuggets with good vibes. We'll catch you later.